everybody, and welcome into the Court Time Sports Center here in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. My name's Nick Lendl, alongside Chris LeRusso. For some reason,
Joe Dombrowski couldn't get his plane back from Quitter in enough time.
Quitter?
So you were Quitter? Isn't that where he was? He was somewhere in the Middle East. I don't know where he was at. Qatar? Oh, anyway. Anyways, Joe Dombrowski's out, which means pitch hitting for him on the pre-show is yours truly, the Silver Bullet, Chris LeRusso, and Lendl. It's your pleasure to have me here.
Oh, well, that's what you're telling me, apparently. Let's run down this card tonight. It's a huge night for IWC. It's Ignition, of course, headlined by our huge main event for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. Jack Pollock defends against Brian Pillman Jr.
The Promised Prince made his debut at IWC last month in the 16-bit challenge. He had an incredible showing. Didn't come away with the reset button, but did come away with a shot at the IWC Heavyweight Championship. Jack Pollock has been tested his entire time here at IWC, but I don't think he's seen a test like this. It'll be very interesting. Will Jack Pollock retain the IWC Heavyweight title, or will the Promised Prince add a little more gold to his collection and become the IWC champion?
You can find out at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, IWCWrestling.com. Subscribe to the IWC Network, where you can stream this and every IWC event absolutely live.
Buy it.
And there you see.
Buy
I was trying to go for a friendlier approach.
Buy it now.
Buy it now, he says. Well, moving right along to women's action, the last few months have definitely been an uphill battle for the former women's champion, the queen of the silver screen, Katie Arquette. And the challenges and the uphill climb doesn't stop tonight. She's going to battle Queen Aminata, making her IWC debut.
Aminata is making her IWC debut tonight, but she has been all over the world. One of the fiercest competitors in all of women's wrestling. She has just finished a huge tour of Japan, and she makes her debut tonight. Will Aminata put her name in the hat to be the next IWC Women's Champion? Or does the queen of the silver screen jump back to the front of the line?
Well, you have to agree, Chris, if she does jump ahead to the front of the line by a victory over Queen Aminata tonight, I hope we get it one-on-one, Ray Lynn and Katie Arquette.
Well, you know, you can hope for whatever you want. Katie Arquette has not been able to figure out Ray Lynn. Let's see if she can figure out Aminata before she gets ahead of herself and starts looking for the title.
Well, talking about uphill climbs, Andrew Palace, he's a main event mainstay here in IWC, a former world heavyweight champion. But is it safe for me to say tonight may be the biggest challenge of his career, going against Bill Collier?
Can I say this? Look, I know Andrew Palace better than almost anyone. He has never been wrapped too tight. He has never had it between the ears the way that real main event talent should. He is paranoid. He doesn't trust anybody. He doesn't trust his own tag team partners. And that has gotten him in a lot of trouble because he has stepped up to one of the most dangerous men in all of professional wrestling. Big time Bill Collier.
Moving right along, championships on the line tonight. It's a fatal four-way for the IWC Super Indie Championship. Johnny Patch has his hand full with 3 challengers here tonight, Chris.
You know, Johnny Patch has actually done something that I sort of respect. He is giving guys an opportunity who have never had an opportunity at the IWC Super Indie title. Sean Phoenix never had an opportunity at the Super Indie title. You've got Jamie Jamison, never had an opportunity at the Super Indie title. And A1 Anthony Young, who only made his debut in December, is going to have a shot at becoming the Super Indie Champion. That may be the quickest ascent from debut to championship gold that we've ever had in IWC. All 4 of these guys are incredible athletes. All 4 of these guys are looking to steal the show tonight.
Well, I got to admit, Chris, I wasn't too excited about hearing that I'd be with you here on the pre-show here on Facebook Live, but I got to admit it's nice to have a wrestler's point of view on things.
As opposed to when you normally have Dombrowski?
I wasn't going to say that, but...
No, I agree. I'm much better than Dombrowski. Here, get to the next match. Come on, right there on the page.
Well, I'm supposed to be professional. I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm going to say...
you can see all of this tonight on the IWC Network, live on iPay-per-view. Buy it. Buy it right now.
Look at this guy. You may just be a permanent fixture here. We might just kick Dombrowski out of here. What do you think?
Don't threaten me like that.
Leave him at the airport.
Don't threaten me.
Moving right along, as I was saying, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but tonight... I can't wait to see Jeff Cobb throw Jackson Argos from pillar to post here in the Court Time Sports Center. It's going to be awesome.
Jeff Cobb is the #1 free agent in professional wrestling today. This week on AEW television, he went one-on-one and almost scored a huge upset over Jon Moxley. Jeff Cobb has been in Ring of Honor. He's been in Japan. He's at AEW. He is the hottest free agent in the game today, and IWC has him tonight. I will say this. I am a big fan of Jackson Argos. I think Jackson Argos is a former heavyweight champion, he is a former superstar who has sort of fallen on bad times, and I think tonight, if he gets his head right, I think if he focuses and concentrates and gives it the fight of his life, he could pull the upset of a lifetime, he could defeat Jeff Cobb, and he could put himself right back in the title contention for the IWC heavyweight title. However, even I got to admit, the Hawaiian juggernaut is standing in his way.
I think tonight Jackson Argos is going to take a tour of the islands, Chris. Moving right along to our next championship match, Hardcore Hooven.
You shut up.
You see you're rolling your eyes, you're sucking your teeth in. Hardcore Hooven's proven himself. This guy deserves to be in the ring. He deserves to be high-stakes champion. What about that match last month with Beastman? Are you serious?
All right. Credit where credit is due. All right. Hooven has proven that even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. But in the past couple months, he's proven himself.
Come on.
He's proven himself a worthy champion.
There it is. I was waiting for it. I didn't even have to press you to get it out of
But tonight,
here it is.
But tonight, he goes against not only one of the best wrestlers, but one of the best dancers in all of professional wrestling.
Somebody make a gif of that right there.
Mambo Italiano! And I say that tonight,
he sings too.
We have our first ever Italian high-stakes champion. Put money on it.
I'm not going to put money on it. I can lose my job for putting money on it.
All right.
Well, coming out of the ICWA, which you're very familiar with, Chris, earlier this year it was projected that this man, Spencer Slade, would be the breakout star of the bunch, and he's proven himself to prove that point. But tonight, the biggest challenge of his career, big league John McChesney, and not the same big league John McChesney we've seen the last few years. This is a different, a conniving, a ruthless big league John McChesney, and Spencer Slade, he's going to have to step up.
This is going to be a battle of youth and power and speed against experience and connivingness. I will admit that Spencer Slade might be the best athlete to come out of the ICWA in quite some time. He has all the physical tools. He has all the drive. He has all the intensity. But he tonight is going up against the most decorated champion in all of IWC history. Former heavyweight champion. Former Super Indie champion, and now with Team Big League back on his side, I personally believe that John McChesney will have gold around his waist sooner rather than later. Tonight, it's going to be experience versus youth, and we're going to see how all that strength, all that power, and all that intensity serves Spencer Slade when he goes up against the best.
Well, absolutely, experience versus youth, just like you mentioned, but you also mentioned Team Big League. The new Team Big League, are they going to be at ringside tonight, or is this going to be one-on-one?
I think that John McChesney, well, Team Big League has some business earlier in the evening. I think John McChesney will have no trouble to handle Spencer Slade on his own. I think it's going to be a great contest, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth fight, but I don't think he needs Team Big League out there.
You mentioned Team Big League having their hands full earlier in the night. That's our exclusive pre-show match here on the Facebook Free-For-All on Facebook Live, as Zach Nystrom and the Man-Dime Elijah Dean take on the sexy fireman Jason Tyler.
It's not sexy.
And Philip Archer. That's going to be a great match. And it's for free right here on Facebook Live.
Hey, we don't give much away here at IWC, but you will get a fantastic tag team match for free right here on Facebook here in a few minutes. But before we get to that, there's going to be a major announcement tonight, isn't there?
Well, that's what I was waiting to ask you about. That's what I mentioned earlier. It's a lot different having a wrestler's point of view here as instead of a fellow broadcaster. What do you think Jimmy Vegas's announcement is going to be tonight?
I don't know. There's been a lot of rumors all week. I've heard rumors not only in the locker room, but I've heard rumors in the training building. I've heard a lot of people wondering, is this going to be Jimmy Vegas's retirement? I've heard some other people wonder if Jimmy Vegas is going to announce perhaps a new tag team partner or, refocus. I'm not sure if he's going to announce. I've heard rumors that he's injured. I've heard rumors that that could be it. I've heard rumors that Jimmy Vegas may be putting his focus back on really wanting to be in championship contention in IWC. So to be quite frank, I don't know what the announcement is going to be. Jimmy Vegas is an IWC legend, the IWC icon. And tonight, we are all going to be waited with bated breath to hear what he has to say.
Well, speaking as part of myself, Jimmy Vegas has always been here. He's one of the locker room leaders back there. That's a huge understatement. I hope this isn't the end for Jimmy Vegas. He's the legend here in IWC, the hardcore icon, so many nicknames, a multiple-time champion. We're just going to have to wait and see. The only way for you to see it is to subscribe to the IWC network at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. It's IWC Ignition. But, Chris, something that is going to be close and personal to you, the regulators, excuse me.
What did you just call us?
Come on, the regulators. I know who you are. Give me a break. The regulators.
That's us.
They're anything but regular.
You shut your mouth.
The regulators, steak and eggs, the tag team titles.
Okay, hang on. It's not steak and eggs, all right? It's Bulk Nasty and Bulk Nasty. And I will give all the respect in the world to Bulk Nasty. After all, him and I used to be running buddies, so I know what he brings to the table. He is a powerhouse.
Used him.
He is an
You used Bulk Nasty for years.
He is a fantastic talent, and I am glad that he is finally showing the world what he's capable of. But Bulk, buddy, pal, let me make something clear to you. You're going up against the regulators. You're going up against the greatest of all time, Jock Sampson. You're going up against the Silver Bullet. And, you know, we've got laws and order, watching our backs to make sure that nothing happens.
They're not watching your back. Right. They're trying to sell T-shirts. They're not watching your back.
By the way, these T-shirts are for sale only here at IWC Live Events. But I want you to make sure one thing. There is no steak and eggs. Xander Gabriel is a joke. Xander Gabriel is a loser.
Xander Gabriel's half of the tag team champions right now.
Does he have a belt? No, he does not. I'm telling you right now, regulators get the gold tonight. Here, moving on.
Okay, you want to move along. Talk about Angelic, the man that we thought we knew a lot about. Apparently we don't. He's going to go one-on-one with Chest Flexor tonight.
I'll tell you one thing. I have known the man who used to be known as Gory for a very long time. All right, former Super Indie champion, former tag team champion. He is an absolutely amazing athlete. I have never seen anyone like Angelic. Tonight, going up against Chest Flexor, I'm very curious to see this new side of the man once known as Gory. Is it going to be more of the same, or are we going to see something even more dangerous?
Well, the only thing about Gory is that nothing is certain until you see the new Angelic. Like you said, the man formerly known as Gory, this is a whole new guy. I've known Gory for years. This is not Gory.
This is not Gory. This is someone completely new and possibly far, far more dangerous.
Well, it's all at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. Subscribe to the IWC Network, IWCWrestling.com. Until then, we have a special pre-show match for you for free live here on Facebook. It's a special tag team match. Team Big League, the new Team Big League, Zach Nystrom, along with the Mandibe Elijah Dean, and the dime piece will hopefully...
Go ahead.
The dime piece. Oh, okay, I was expecting another woo.
Woo!
Okay, the dime piece will be out there as they take on the sexy fireman, Jason Tyler.
He's not sexy.
And Phil. I think some of these ladies would disagree. What do you think? The sexy fireman?
I hear nothing. Look, let's get to the pre-show match. Come on, let's go.
Let's send it to the ring and Dave Kitch for your opening pre-show match.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the Facebook Free for All. This match is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, being accompanied by the Dime Piece. First from Intercourse, Pennsylvania, he weighed in at 192.69 pounds. The Man Time, Elijah Dean. And his partner from the 412, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Sure Shot, Zach Nystrom. Together, they are Team Big League.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've seen several versions of this tag team throughout the years. This, the newest Team Big League. And Mr. Lendl, what do you think of what we're seeing in the ring right now?
Well, you mentioned many different incarnations of Team Big League. Has any incarnation ever had toilet paper thrown on them
No,
at
I
such a
think that's
consistent
new.
basis? I don't think I've ever seen something like this.
And their opponents making their way to the ring. First from the Steel City, weighing in at 260.
Whoa! Farnsworth, this match is starting off hot. Referee Joe Mandak calls for the bell. And we're here live on Facebook. It's IWC Ignition at the top of the hour. It's not too late to subscribe to the IWC network, IWCWrestling.com. Low monthly price. You can see all the action.
All that and then some.
Great double team here by Archer and Jason Tyler, the sexy fireman.
You know, some say he's not that sexy. I'm just pointing that out.
Well, as I mentioned on the pre-show earlier, I'd beg to differ, Farnsworth. I hear some women giving him the old whistle when he walks past them. What do you think?
I'm not saying no one finds him sexy. I'm just saying there may be those that disagree. Zach Nystrom may not be finding him so sexy after that splash in the corner.
Zach Nystrom doesn't feel sexy at all right now. And as I'm noticing, of course the dime piece is out there. We expected that, but interestingly enough, Big League John McChesney is at ringside. Oh my goodness. Philip Archer taking a huge risk.
And Zach Nystrom understanding that he can capitalize right there. A little bad mouth and a little stomping.
What impressive athleticism from the big man Archer. As I was mentioning earlier, Big League John McChesney, he'll have his hands full later tonight with Spencer Slade. Don't you think he should be concentrating on that match rather than watching his two young boys here tonight?
I would say that it shows the level of commitment that Big League has with Team Big League. He is out here regardless of his own mindset of what he has going on. He is here backing up his team.
Well, I hope you're right. Yeah, that does say a lot for John McChesney, believing in these two young studs. Man Dime only wrestling a little over a year. Zach Nystrom.
A little under a year.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zach Nystrom hasn't even been wrestling that long, and unbelievable. You'd think he's been in the game a lot longer, being comfortable enough to show such disrespect. He just spit at the sexy fireman.
Some whistle, some spit.
Well,
each according to their need, each according
that's
to their
a little
ability.
disrespectful if you ask me. You would think sitting under the learning tree of Big League John McChesney that he'd be teaching these guys something other than spitting on their opponents.
Well, fortunately, this is the International Respect League, and that's what they're doing in the ring, respecting each other.
No, I'm not saying it has to be all hugs and high fives, Farnsworth. This is a competitive game. IWC's the best around.
And if you can get into someone's head with a little lung butter to the face, then by all means, it's not illegal. You're not going to lose the match over it.
Well, you can get in somebody's face like that. What a huge power slam from the Man Dime Elijah Dean.
And I want to point out, you noticed he drug him back from the one corner back to their corner. Oh, tag team.
Some would call that veteran instinct.
Yeah, for two young guys. Clearly the influence of Big League John McChesney showing. Cutting off the ring, keeping them in their corner, frequent tags. You'd think they've been doing this for years.
Well, it's definitely not going to be a disadvantage for either of these two young guys to sit under the learning tree of Big League John McChesney, but they don't have to resort to some of these things. Zach Nystrom, apparently feels like he was kind of in the background to Spencer Slade. A handful of guys came out of the ICWA this past year. And look at this. Zach Nystrom behind referee Joe Mandak's back. Turn around. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I didn't see what you were.
Of course you didn't see it. As I was saying, a lot of people, including myself, penned Spencer Slade as the breakout star of that year's class. And Zach Nystrom is here to prove that that is not the case, and I guess this is the best way for him to do it.
And Zach Nystrom understands that if you're not recognized as the best, you have to prove it. And so he's going to prove it. And he continues to prove. Oh.
And once again, he's spitting his hand and threw it in the face of Jason Tyler.
And then kicked Philip Archer right square in the mush. And now Mandime. Oh!
It was caught.
Looking for a thrust kick. Oh!
Huge spine buster from Philip Archer. He needs to elevate his body. He needs to get into the cover. I don't think he has the energy to do it. Mandime crawling to his corner. Both of these men look like they need to make the tag, Farnsworth.
And Archer looking to tag the sexy fireman. No, not there. Nystrom with the cutoff, holding on to that leg. Trying to twist that ankle, get him off. Oh, no.
Looked like Archer was about to lose his balance. He was able to keep elevated and keep it going. And now the tag to the sexy fireman. Nystrom off the ropes.
Oh,
catches himself. Huge boot. But Tyler had it scouted, and another huge spine buster.
Huge amount of torque as he brought him down. And all the weight right to the head of the Mandime.
Jason Tyler's feeling it now as Philip Archer's coming in the ring, perhaps for some double team action here, Farnsworth.
I'm looking to see what they're going for here. Up onto the second rope.
Trying to elevate the sexy fireman. That's a lot of firemen to get up there.
Oh,
Mandime got out of the way, but Nystrom still took the brunt of that.
And Nystrom, understanding what happened, he rolls out of the ring. Smart move. Can't be pinned on the apron.
That was the first time we saw the dime piece come into play on the outside, distracting Philip Archer just long enough for the Mandime to take advantage, and he may be regretting that decision as the fireman's behind him with the House of Fire.
And to be fair, the dime piece has been distracting me all match. So,
she's up on the apron in clear sight of referee Joe Mandak. What are you doing?
Well, it looks like she's talking to Mr. Fireman, sexy.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, motorboat.
Oh, my goodness. That's more than a motorboat there, Farnsworth.
A tugboat, perhaps.
That's a barge.
He has him up. Oh, and a boot to the face stops whatever the sexy fireman was thinking. Oh!
Double team from Nystrom and Mandime. And that's going to do it.
Here are your winners, the Man-Time Elijah Dean and the Sure Shot Zach Nystrom, Team Big League.
Well, say what you want, Farnsworth, but I'm impressed. The victory for the new Team Big League, and now John McChesney is calling for the microphone.
I told you, everybody, that the rebirth of Team Big League was going to happen. It starts once again tonight. The ignition button has been pushed. And I guarantee a new member of Team Big League by the end of the night that none of you will forget.
A new member of Team Big League?
That is a hell of a
Dallas,
guarantee.
you have every right to be as paranoid as you are. So,
wait a minute.
If you want to find out who the new member is, tune into IWCWrestling.com right now. Sign up for the IWC Network because Team Big League starts the takeover tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is still time to catch all the action tonight. Big League and Team Big League mentioning tonight's going to be filled with surprises. Sign up at IWCWrestling.com and join us tonight for IWC Ignition.
Pollock versus Pillman, Argos versus Cobb. It all goes down at the top of the hour. It's IWC Ignition live on the IWC Network. Subscribe now at IWCWrestling.com.